So today we'll be looking at a scenario where World War I happens in 2022. So the red team consists of Germany, Austria, and Hungary, Bulgaria, and Turkey. The blue team consists of the US, Canada, UK, France, Portugal, Belgium, Luxembourg, Italy, Serbia, Montenegro, Greece, India, and Russia. I think I said Russia twice. So we have the red team going first since they are the aggressors. So we have Hungary pushing into Serbia. Then we have Bulgaria pushing into Serbia as well. Then we have Bulgaria and Turkey focusing most of their military into Greece, and they take over a large amount of the country fairly quickly. Although they didn't expect little old Romania to join in, because if this is World War I, you know what's gonna happen over here. But in this timeline, it's not gonna be the exact same as World War I. So we have Russia forcing Georgia to come in so they can move troops into Turkey, which goes fairly well for them. And they managed to get pretty far with this. And they managed to get pretty far with this advance. But they are eventually stopped by the vast amounts of mountains. Then we have Germany focusing most of their military on France, which makes a lot of sense. We have them taking out Luxembourg and capturing the city of Brussels. And then we have them storming down into Belgium, but the Belgians do manage to hold out in a few places with French support. But we have them continuing to push into France and making quite a lot of gains, although most of Germany's military is defensive. We have Austria making a small push into Turkey, but the Alps stop them from going any further. We have Turkey and Hungary meeting up and capturing Belgrade. And eventually Serbia surrenders, and with them pushing into Montenegro a little bit, we have that country surrendering as well. We have them continuing to push into Greece until they capture Athens and the country capitulates. Although, with this we do have a few countries joining in, such as North Macedonia and Albania. But on the red team, we do have Romania. Although, even if they were a blue team in World War I, which I did forget, I think seeing that if they did join the blue team, they would eventually get crushed, like how they did in actual World War I. They're going to be joining on the red team. So with Romania joining, so will Moldova, and so does Bosnia. Although we do have Croatia and Slovenia joining in on the blue team, and we do have a few Greek holdouts on the small islands in the Aegean Sea. But with all these countries joining in, we do have them getting pushed into, such as North Macedonia and Albania, but Albania does manage to hold out. We have Turkey landing in Crete and making quite a lot of progress, and eventually all of Greece does surrender. Then here we do have the Netherlands saying, with British troops already being stationed there, we do have them joining in on the war. Then we have Poland joining in on the war. And with that, we have the Netherlands and Poland start to push into Germany. And Germany doesn't have that much of a military force here in Eastern Germany, because they did not expect Poland to do this. So Berlin almost is lost, but they manage to hold out long enough for Germany to surrender most of their forces, and France to go push back Poland, and they push Poland completely out. And while they're there, they also push back the Netherlands and push into the Netherlands, but they do get pushed out the Netherlands. And the German force is mostly defensive, as I said before, so they aren't going to be able to attack very well. We have Bosnia dying completely, and then we have some resistance movements in Serbia. And sure, Serbia is more of sure, Russia and Serbia are more, would be more on the red team here, and Romania, Hungary, Austria, Germany, Turkey would probably be on the blue team. This is starting off from World War I and expanding from it, so, and it wouldn't really be a World War I scenario, would it? So we have Italy and France sending most of their troops over here, while the UK, Portugal, and now US troops are getting sent into Germany. We have the Italians cutting off Austria here, as they eventually do break out through the Alps. And with breaking out through the Alps, they do cut off Austria from the rest, from Germany. With this, we have this part of Austria surrendering. And then with the less mountainous region over here, we have them cutting off Austria from Hungary. And eventually all of Austria does surrender. Then we have the slow fall of Germany, as they do not make that much progress. Well, actually, they do make a lot of progress, but not as much as they should be. Like I said, Germany's force is mostly defensive. Even if the Americans, Canadians, British, French, Italians are all coming after them, it will still be pretty hard. They managed to push into Hungary a little bit, but a stalemate is reached near Budapest. We have British and Italian troops landing in southern Greece, where Sparta is at, and they start to liberate much of the country. We have Russia and their allies in the east pushing into Turkey and move along the coast. By the way, this isn't just happening in all one thing. Like, they would have gotten this a while ago. So, yeah. Then we have a naval invasion in Greece, cutting off, eventually cutting off Turkey from some of their allies there. Eventually, all of Serbia and most of Greece is taken back. Then, with Polish troops managing to break out, we do have the capture of Berlin. And with that, Germany starts to capitulate really quickly. But once they take over Frankfurt, it is over, and Germany surrenders. Then after that, Hungary surrenders, then Moldova, then after Bulgaria gets pushed into, and same thing for Romania, they do both surrender. But for Turkey, who in this time period is kind of like the Ottomans, like not at all Western, we do have them getting pushed into. We have the blue team getting halted at Istanbul, but we do have naval invasions across Turkey, western Turkey, western Anatolia. But just to finally get Turkey out, We do have Cyprus, Lebanon, and Iran all joining in on this war to take out Turkey, but it is pretty hard as Turkey is a pretty strong country. But with all of these countries, can they hold on? No. They lose Istanbul and they start to surrender. They start to consider surrendering, but they do not. Then Samsung gets captured, and the blue team starts to spearhead to Accra, which is about here, and eventually Accra is captured, and Turkey surrenders. So that's what might happen if World War I happened in 2022. Please consider subscribing, and thanks for watching. Goodbye.